So look, it's great to be together this morning, to gather together for our student Year of Mercy pilgrimage here in Farm Street, the Church of the Immaculate Conception, and then to walk together to the Holy Door at Westminster Cathedral. So it sounds a bit mad, doesn't it? Yes, we've come here to walk through a door. Don't you have doors at home you could walk through? Are the doors in your hometown, your chaplaincy, not good enough? Why have you paid money to come into central London today? And as soon as you think of the madness, doesn't it just make you reflect? I've been thinking for the last day about the meaning of every door that I've walked through. It can become a bit obsessive, but just think of the doors that you've walked through today. The different doors, the different shapes and sizes, and the different meanings. Each door has a different meaning. Is it to open out? Is it to stop? Is it to say yes, to say no? Is it big? Is it small? Is it for you? Is it for everyone? Is it open? Do you need a pass? Doors have lots of meanings when you start thinking about them. Now look, you've all grown up on Harry Potter, yes? Someone told me last night their dream in life is to go to Harry Potter world. Where's this? In America somewhere. But I grew up, my generation, we didn't grow up on Harry Potter. We grew up on Narnia, the C.S. Lewis stories, and especially The Lion, the Witch and the Wardrobe. And you know where I'm going with this, because the whole mystery of Narnia, those 7 books, it's all about a door. It's about Lucy discovering the wardrobe in the house where they are sent to as refugees, evacuees in the war. Walking through the door of her wardrobe, pushing through the clothes, pushing out the back, and being led into the magical, mystical world of Narnia. It's all about a door. So for us, as we go to the Holy Door at Westminster Cathedral, to have a sense of magic and mystery and wonder, the excitement of Lucy pushing through that door. Whatever the mystical doors in Harry Potter are, I don't know. I don't know if they have the same meaning. But look, I use the word magic carefully because I've also been reading online this week that the Archbishop of Bombay has issued an official letter telling the people of his diocese that the Holy Door in Bombay, in Mumbai, is not a magical door. In case people were getting superstitious, yes? Oh, I just turn up, I walk through the door, and pizzazz, my sins are forgiven. That's magic, that's superstition, and it's not what we're about today. We're not actually going through a magic door. We're going through a symbolic door, a sign, in other words, of something much, much deeper. Not a magical or a superstitious adventure, but a spiritual adventure. And I hope you feel a little bit of that as we start the day here in Farm Street. So, what is this adventure? What is the door symbolising for us at Westminster Cathedral? What are all the holy doors throughout the Catholic world symbolising? Well, partly this doorway is about crossing from the past into the future. Or put it another way, to realise in faith that we are not trapped in the past, which we often feel we are. Things have happened. This is my life so far. These are the good things. These are the bad things. This is me. It's good, but sometimes feeling a little bit stuck. Worse than that, sometimes feeling trapped or even desperate, as if there's no way forward, no future. We're not sure sometimes, especially as you finish your studies maybe, where life is going. So to treat the door today as a symbol of hope, that there is a future for us, and that today is the Lord inviting us into that future. with a sense of real hope that he wants to give us new life and a new sense of purpose, and to reassure us that our life has meaning. In other words, this is partly about God's mercy for us as individuals and as a community. Not to feel that he's forgotten you or abandoned you. As you come to his door, he welcomes you and he invites you into a new life full of hope. His mercy wanting to touch you and change you. So let's say yes to him at this level. Yes, I want to receive this invitation. And yes, I want to receive that gift of hope for my life. And the excitement and the sense of surprise. Where is God leading me? What future is he inviting me to? The doorway is also, though, it's a symbol, I think, of the door, the gate, if you like, between the church and the world, which sometimes gets too stuck and closed. And actually the symbolism of the holy door, especially in St. Peter's, Rome, have you seen pictures of this? Yes. You know that between holy years, the door in St. Peter's, Rome is blocked up. It is literally bricked up. They get a bricklayer in with his bricks and his cement and his mortar, and he builds a wall to close the door. So the symbolism of the Holy Year and of walking through the door is that this wall is torn down. How easy it is for us to keep a wall between the church and the world, between our faith and the rest of our life. I was going to say our real life. Do you see the danger? Yes? I go to church on Sundays. I go to my room to say my prayers. And then I get on with the real life, the rest of my life. And there's almost an invisible but solid wall between the two worlds. And by knocking down the wall in this holy year, the Lord is asking us to knock down that wall between the life of faith and the rest of our life, and to integrate them. That we come to Mass, we come to prayer, yes, in order to meet the Lord and to be nourished by his word and his sacraments, but so that we will go out the door to live that faith in the world, to live it powerfully, truthfully, to witness to our faith, to share it in the right moments, to share the joy that we've experienced through faith with others. And that it's a two-way door, that we want to invite others in our worlds into that beautiful life of faith, to invite them to share this gift, to literally bring them to church with us in the appropriate times, to say, come to Mass with me, come to this talk, come to this prayer. It's two-way. We step out and we step in. We want to step in to be with others. We want to step out with others, supported by each other. But we want to invite others in as well. This great gift of faith, which is not just for you and me, it's for everyone. And then it's to transform the lives that we are leading. It was lovely walking here this morning to hear that someone had been to Parliament this week for the student pro-life parliamentary group, and to hear about young people like yourselves trying to integrate faith and politics and ethics and their commitments in the world and in the workplace. This is what we should be doing. Breaking down the walls between our faith and the rest of our lives. Just a lovely symbol of this. It's not easy, and it can be a bit dangerous sometimes. You probably saw that Pope John Paul II, Pope Benedict, Pope Francis, when they opened the Holy Year, they pushed the door open very gently. Well, up to 1975, the Pope would go to the wall and he would literally bash it down. In fact, a mason would go in and he'd kind of open up the wall a little bit, But in 1975, Pope Paul VI went to the holy door, to the wall, took his symbolic hammer, bashed it down, and it fell back on top of him. Yeah? So it didn't go so tidily. And ever since then, all the officials in the Vatican said, it's too dangerous, we can't do this. So they take the wall down and they just push it open gently. It's not easy breaking walls down. It's risky. But it's worth taking the risk. And personally, I would like the popes to bash the wall down still, like Paul VI did. The last symbol, though, of the wall, of the doorway rather, the holy door, this journey today, it's a symbol of the doorway between myself and my neighbour. Or put it another way, it's a symbol of the doorway within my own heart between myself and the other. It's about the door of mercy in the cathedral, symbolising the door of mercy of our own merciful hearts, inviting us to be open to others, to those around us, and especially those who are in most need of God's mercy and love, and of our own mercy and love. It's a doorway inviting us to have compassionate hearts. It's beautiful for us, for you as students, yes? It's the Year of Mercy student pilgrimage, and as students in England, one of our patrons surely is Blessed John Henry Newman. And you know that his motto was, heart speaks to heart. My heart is open to the heart of the other, hoping that their heart is open to me. How often our hearts are not open to others, or they're just open to the people that we like and want to be with. And that's not Christianity on its own. I'm not saying you shouldn't have friends and family and loved ones, but the heart of Christianity is that our hearts are open to more than our friends and family. We've crossed a threshold of love, and we've gone into that dangerous zone where we're willing to love others, even when they can give us nothing in return, when we don't know where this love will lead or what it will cost us. This is the love of the Gospel reading that we've heard today. And it's the love that's symbolised, first of all, by Our Lady. Because in the wedding of Cana, who is the one who notices the needs of those at the wedding? It's Mary, the mother of Jesus. She notices the unfolding crisis that there's no wine. And that sounds very small to us, but that this family who's hosting the whole village, that they are failing to give that love and that invitation to those that are there with them. Real crisis for this family, and Mary notices it. And she doesn't just notice it, she acts on it. She goes to her son and says, look, they've run out of wine. What will we do? What will you do? And she doesn't stop there. She goes to the servants and she says to them, do whatever Jesus tells you. Her eyes are noticing things, but more than that, her heart is reaching out to others. Her heart is open. Her heart is noticing what's happening around her. Mary, as we pray to her, that beautiful title, is the Mother of Mercy. She's the Mother of Mercy not just because she gave birth to the merciful one, but because her own heart is a model of mercy. And that's what she shows to us in the story of the wedding of Cana. The very first door in the Bible, what is it? Well, I'd like to test you and put hands up, but I'm too far away from you. The first door of the Bible, it's the gate in the Garden of Eden that is set up by God, yes, guarded by the fiery cherubim to keep Adam and Eve out of paradise because of original sin. It's a door, a gate that is barred and is sealed shut. What's the last door in the Bible? Doors, plural. It's the gates, the doorways of the heavenly Jerusalem in the book of Revelation. And the last reference to the gateways of the heavenly Jerusalem in Revelation is that they are never closed. In fact, this is part of the good news of salvation. And it's a key part of the book of Revelation, the last book of the Bible, that the doors of the heavenly Jerusalem are never ever closed, and that we can come in and out of paradise freely. The door of mercy is kept open. The walls are destroyed. Let's take today as an invitation not just to walk through the holy door, which we will do after lunch, but to keep the doors of mercy open in our churches, in our parishes, in our chaplaincies, and especially in our own hearts. It's good that we're here together on pilgrimage. This is not just what I do or what you do. It's what we do together as a community, as a church, and as our different chaplaincies. And it's good especially that we're not just walking with each other, but that we're walking with Mary and with all the saints towards Jesus, who is mercy itself. And isn't it just providential? This wasn't in our plan really, but we are starting our pilgrimage today in the Church of the Immaculate Conception. Just as Pope Francis opened the Holy Year on the solemnity of the Immaculate Conception. We're starting at the beginning of mercy with Mary. We're walking with her through the streets of London, past all these different doors with all their different meanings, to Westminster Cathedral, the cathedral of the most precious blood of Jesus Christ. Mary is leading us to Jesus. Together we're walking to the heart of Jesus, to the heart of mercy.